Alrighty, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Chupacabra's Lair. I'm your host, Larry the Chupacabra, and we're back, and today we're going to be previewing some of the upcoming changes that are being made to the Berserker class in Killing Floor 2. Most notably, a lot of changes to the skills, but one of the first things that you probably noticed, because I'm only a level 3 Berserker, is right off the bat, when you decide to play a Berserker, you get the ability that night vision is your replacement for a flashlight, because it really wouldn't make too much sense for somebody who's going mano-a-mano with their bare hands to be carrying a flashlight, and they also don't have to perk into having it so that clots can no longer grab you. Now, there are some other stuff in here, like, the first tier of skills is I spit on your poison, reducing poison damage you take from the bloats, or you can become resistant to sirens by 40%. Then after that, you've got the survival tier, so you can get the vampire perk, where you leech life out of stuff that you beat the crap out of with your weapons, or you can double your health to 200 right off the bat. And we'll talk about more of those changed and adjusted perks as we go through here in this episode today. But I gotta say, without even knowing about the min-maxing or the percentages inherent in how they've changed the Berserker inside of Killing Floor, the Berserker just feels a lot more macho, a lot more meaty, and just all around, it feels a lot more like a tanky class, whereas before now, the tanky class was honestly the support class. They seemed to have all of the different perks that reduced incoming damage, gave you more health, and just all around made them a more dangerous and harder to kill individual. And the Berserkers had like a lot of high risk, high reward type perks at the time. Like when you were low on health, you got extra damage. But when it was so easy to bowl them over and murder them, a lot of those perks didn't really mean much. Like, not even kind of at all. So I've got to say, like, I am much, much happier with the way that things are going in the game for Berserker. And I'm actually here to tell you that before I didn't really give a crap to play Berserker. It felt a lot like it did to me in the first game, but now I actually find that I have a higher survival chance by playing it over playing, say, the support or even the firebug. Especially once I get some of the new content that you need, like I think Chivalry Medieval Warfare, in order to get, or someone on your team with Chivalry Medieval Warfare. This gets really good once you get the Zweihander, the giant curved bladed sword that is like an alternative to the pulverizer. Here it is, the Zweihander. And rather than having like an explosion that can stagger enemies, instead it has got just a bunch more damage and a boost to damage when you are approaching the target that you're about to kill. Now, I also have another tidbit of information that I'm gonna share with you gents here. Some compatriot watching one of the previous videos, where I showcased the evacuation point map, informed me that they live in, I think it was Norway, and that, in fact, this sort of area here, this like transit hub to get on boats, and there's a boat over there sinking into the ocean, this is actually a place from somewhere in like Norway, maybe like in Sweden, like near Oslo or something. And I thought that was pretty cool that they are actually drawing from physical real-world places for their inspiration to kind of make this game feel just a tad bit more real to people. So I thought that was kind of neat. So props on you for dropping the comment, and I figured I'd give you a plug, even though I lost the sticky note I had written your name down on. So my bad on that one. Get out of here, you frickin'... What is up with you guys? You guys all come on a bus here together? This is just rude. This is being rude now. One of the other changes that they made in the recent patch was the AI is a lot smarter about trying to corner you in like a hallway, and I kind of made a mistake by starting out this wave inside of a corridor rather than out in the open where it's safer, but, you know, c'est la vie. You win some, you lose some, especially in a game as murdery as this one. So, yeah. What other skills did we get now? Now we have Close Combat, Furious Defender. They call you Berserker for a reason. Berserker's melee attacks are 10% faster and all attacks do 20% more damage. You can also get Block. Such skills, blocking an attack will make your next Berserker melee attack do 50% more damage. And then you've got Parry, combine skill and power. Parrying an attack will increase melee attack speed by 15% and light attack damage by 30%. Or you can get Smash. Brute force it, Billy. Hard hits do 30% more damage, and hard hits to the head have a high chance to knock the Zeds on their butt. So I gotta say, I'm liking these perks a lot more, just right off the bat when I'm playing here on this preview version, the 8.15 preview. And before it was just like a lot of perks that emphasized like being low on health all the flippin' time. And I don't know about you, but that never struck me as a particularly wise idea in a game where so many monsters, once you lose your armor, can pretty much disembowel you in 2 hits. Doesn't... Oh, of course, now I get a free combat vest. Of course! Why, thank you, seagulls, you assholes. Drop in the armor now instead of when I needed it. Oh boy. So, you know, I don't think I've ever been on a ferry quite this big in Midgård-Sormen. I've been on, like, small ferries. Like, I went on a road trip when I was younger to Wisconsin to visit an uncle of mine with my father, and we took a ferry to the little island there in one of the Great Lakes that actually has a community on it, and the only way to get there is by a medium-sized ferry that's paid for by the state. But, that was not nearly as industrial-sized as this bad boy here. This thing can really carry, like... Look at this. It's like it's a freeway under here. Oh, man. This is definitely something. And this would definitely be like a Scandinavian boat, too, just because, like, Norway, Sweden, they're all about the fishing industry, or at least Norway is. I know that because a lot of my family's Norwegian, and my uncle was, he went to school to be a Norwegian fishing boat captain, but when the market went south and they started hiring folks from other countries that would work for cheaper, he kind of got screwed out of that position, but, you know, easy come, easy go when it comes to captain's school. But no, like, there's a big fishing industry over there, so this is what I'd imagine, like, a big old, Viking River Cruises, I think. Is that out of Norway? Maybe. Although I'd also believe that a thing called Viking River Cruises could also have just been an American company using the name and then basing out of a foreign country when they go on the river cruises, as opposed to open ocean cruises. You know, we're exploring all sorts of concepts here today. So, what do we got? Almost enough money for the Zweihander. Probably next wave. The other thing that's happened in this right now is you do have the ability to have limited dual wielding inside of Killing Floor 2 with this patch. They haven't added the Gunslinger yet, which is going to be the class inside of Killing Floor 2 that specializes in dual pistols and semi-automatic pistols and automatic guns. Probably like SMGs or something. But they're eventually going to add that, and this is sort of like a precursor to that, where they slowly start to add some of the other combat mechanics that are going to make some of the later classes work. What's the other one? We got the sharpshooter to look forward to, and the martial artist, which is going to get the katana. Oh man, there's going to be all kinds of stuff that they add. And if they keep adding very well-polished maps like this and well-polished classes, I gotta say, I'm looking forward to it. I'm not too worried, despite all the spicy meatballs on the subreddit who are constantly whining that Tripwire isn't churning out content fast enough. I think this patch will make those whiny babies relax a little bit. So I'm gonna use my dual-wielding pistols for a little bit until we get a big spicy monster, because this is actually a little bit cheaper than using my Vlad the Impaler nail gun to shoot things. So, ow, what? Stop it. Stop it, you two. All of you spicy devils. Oh, and there's a screamer. You know what, Screamy Gene? I know what fun it's been since you've been doing that stuff that blows out my eardrums. But I am... oh, shit. Shit. Fuck off, everybody. Okay, that was almost bad. Wasn't paying attention. Oh, of course, there's a Scrake down the tunnel. But of course! Why wouldn't it be? But the good news is, Scrakes are very manageable now as the Berserker, even if you don't have that new fancy sword or anything. Although there are certain things that the Scrakes have for abilities that you can't actually block. Whenever their chainsaw gets all red and orange and glowy, prepare to lose some skin, probably on your butt, because they are going to slice chunks of that off, and there's pretty much nothing that you're gonna do to stop it, really. Let's plunk that lady in the face, and you, and then, I pretty much just like getting rid of the Screamers off the bat. The Screamers are really annoying. Many a match in hard mode pre this patch has been ruined for Larry because Screamy Jeans decided to have an opinion. So all we're gonna do with this is we're just going to aim straight for his head, and it's actually really easy now to pop Scrakes in the skull if you are good at aiming. Whereas before, it seemed like in the previous patches of this game that the bullet damage didn't always properly register in certain parts of the different Zed's bodies when you were using a shotgun, as opposed to like a rifle or a pistol or something. So that's really nice. Lots of refinement on pretty much every level here. So I'm gonna fill you, and then I'm gonna buy the Zweihander. And this should be a whole lot of fun. This is a giant medieval sword with like the secondary pommel in the middle there to help us parry stuff. And it's very appropriate that I should choose to play as this character. I'm playing the Chivalrous Knight during this Berserker Changes class preview showcase. And no, it's perfect. I'm in a suit of armor. I've got a medieval weapon from Chivalry and Medieval Warfare. It's gonna be good. And before we go into this last wave that I'm gonna do for the showcase, let's look at the last new skills that the Berserker gets. So you've got Z-Time Spartan. You've seen 300. Move in real time. Increase attack speed with Berserker melee weapons by 50%, and any parry will cause knockdown. Or you can have Z-Time Menace. Get really dangerous. Move in real time. Berserker melee weapons stun power increased by 100% to head hits, and stumble power increased by 100%. So basically, when we go into bullet time, or Z-Time, at level 25, we basically get to be like Neo in the Matrix, moving at hyper speeds to slice and dice all of the Zed's booties like they didn't even know what was about to happen. So oh, hi, what's up, buddy? Why don't we not play with you for a second? I like most of my skin to stay on my body as I try to dice your friends in half. Hey, Bo, let's just chop you in half. I'm not really interested in playing with you. Hey, boys, what's up? There we go. This is really nice. These really big, long, broad sweeps are really nice for clearing a room, for chopping invisibitches in half. I thoroughly enjoy it. Would you stop it, ma'am? Ma'am, I have stuff to do with your friends. They really, really want to play with me, especially that one. Okay. Okay, everyone settle it down. I'm good. I'm good, Fleshy. Fleshy Bronson. Stop it. Stop it, sir. I need you to settle it down. I need you to calm down. Just for a tiddly bit of a minute. Can we not? Oh, good. We have a thing here. Let's try to parry you. There we, looks like it's harder to parry, too. But good news, I've got plenty of melee damage, and you can pretty much take these guys on mano-y-mano with the sword like I just did. And I'm still, like, even though this is normal difficulty, before if I had tried that, I'd probably have been dead. Honestly. So you can really take on a Fleshbounder now without too much issue. So, ooh, we got Berserker level 4 for shooting these bad mamma jammas in the face. Although, I honestly, after practicing for so long playing the Demolition Man, or the Demolitionist in this game, I find that I'm kind of missing my, my sticks of dynamite, because that group of Zeds would have been just so juicy if I had just thrown a stick right in the center of them. That would have been great. But, unfortunately, I just have these really shitty, like, what are they, EMP grenades? I don't even know what, like, they don't do a lot of damage. They're mostly for dealing with specialty monsters, but I kind of wish you had the option of picking between, like, 1 or 2 different grenades. Maybe there's, like, another one that's, like, electroshock therapy grenade that instead of disabling them, there's, like, an arc of lightning that zips through groups of enemies in lines as opposed to like a close-knit group would be nice. So yeah, that's the Zweihander, and also the dual wield and the Vlad the Impaler, which you're already kind of familiar with. I don't think they did any major changes to the Eviscerator, so I'm probably not going to do anything with that. But so far, I've really enjoyed using the Zweihander. A, because I bought Chivalry Medieval Warfare to be a douchebag with a flail weapon, and B, no, it's just an amazing weapon. Unlike the Pulverizer, you don't really have to have ammo for it, so it makes it much more convenient when you're in, like, a close-quarters environment, and you're getting the shit kicked out of you, really. I mean, just look at that. Big, nasty, broad swings. You got, like, a reverse parry ability there. You got the frontal assault swing. It's really nice. Although, I'm still getting used to the fact that your swings are based upon your relative direction that you're traveling. But, you know, whatever. To each their own. Melees are usually not always my thing in these types of games. Not that there's a lot of these types of games, but there's a few, I think, that involve running, gunning, and occasionally a melee swing or two. Yeah. Although this doesn't... I'm not sure how I feel about using this weapon for, like, say, fighting Skrakes. Skrakes still kind of give me a little bit of trouble with this. Though not so much if you nail them right in the noodle. So maybe we can find one before this showcase heads out here. Maybe like a 20-minute showcase, but whatever. That's part of the fun, right? Showcasing the new content. Swing. Swing. Bada 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 bada. Swing. I don't like dealing with the bloats either. Oh hi, that's 2 flesh pounders. Perfect. Well, that means it's time for Vlad the Impaler. No way around that. Not when I'm dealing with a twofer. Let's throw some EMP grenades to keep them docile while... it's not supposed to work that way, god damn it. You're supposed to just be like, nah, whenever I throw those down. Whoa, both of you, settle her down, settle her down, settle her down, settle her down, settle her down. Did I kill one? Yeah, I killed one straight up with this thing. Come on, settle it down, Johnny. Oh, look, I cut his head off with it. Sweet. So yeah, I just took on 2 flesh pounders, and I still had about 2 pounds of skin left over because of the Zweihander. So if I were to pick if I were to pick of only one weapon, either the Zweihander or the Pulverizer, I'd probably pick the Zweihander 9 times out of 10. Unless I really only needed to use, like, the stagger effect on, say, like, a Flesh Pounder or a Scrake or something. So that's it for this one, everybody. Hope you enjoyed taking a closer look at the old Berserker, which is changes that people have really been demanding since the game first came out, and they were kind of disappointed with their tanking capacity. I've been pretty satisfied with it myself, and I don't even like the Berserker all that much, or at least I didn't. So, yeah, that's it for this one, guys. Don't forget to like and subscribe. I've been your host, Larry, the chivalrous Chupacabra, and I'll catch you next time. Don't forget to like and subscribe and have your daily sip of Bar So Coffee. Bye!